Hello, and welcome back to Classic Song Reviews. I am the man, or the middle-aged nerd if you simply must. As you know, today's music is both morally and artistically bankrupt. In this show, we hearken back to a purer time when music was excellent and lyrics were meaningful. In 1968, an Ohio psychedelic band known as the Lemon Pipers reached the top of the charts with their song, Green Tambourine. I know what you must be thinking. That sounds about as psychedelic as Pop Goes the Weasel. Although, if one analyzes the lyrics to Pop Goes the Weasel a little too closely, one could suspect the influence of psychedelic substances on that song's creation. Monkeys chasing weasels around cobblers' benches? If someone can persuade me that that was written without the aid of mind-altering chemicals... Excuse me, I digress. The band members themselves did not like the song as it was such a departure from their usual psychedelic style. Contractual obligations forced their hands and they recorded it. Despite their misgivings, the song rose to #1 on the Billboard charts. With those facts in mind, let us take a closer look.
Drop your silver in my tambourine. Help a poor man build a pretty dream.
As the story opens, our hero appears to be standing on a street corner begging for change in return for playing his little instrument. There are two types of tambourines, one with a drumhead-type skin on it and another without. Since our would-be musician is asking people to throw their money into his tambourine, we should probably assume that it has a skin on it.
Give me pennies, I'll take anything. Now listen while I play my green tambourine.
He seems to be in dire circumstances. We do not learn what this pretty dream is that he wishes to fulfill, but given the picture that is emerging, it could be something as simple as a meal, since he says he will take anything. What is the significance of the color of the tambourine? Again, we are not told. Is he saying that his instrument is eco-friendly? That is both doubtful and anachronistic, since the so-called green movement did not come into vogue until decades after this song appeared. We must conclude that the word green is there to fit the cadence of the music, and little more.
Watch the jingle jangle start to shine. Reflections of the music that is mine.
Despite the instrument itself being a rather unusual color, it appears that the tiny cymbals on it have been polished to a very high degree, though he says that they are reflections of the music. So, if he is seeing musical notes reflected in these polished surfaces, it may be that this song is a bit more psychedelic than I originally thought.
When you toss the coin, you listen. Now listen while I play my green tambourine.
In exchange for any monetary denomination, he will play it. A single tambourine. How very exciting. He will stand there and shake it, perhaps rap it periodically, maybe occasionally perform some physical antics to try and hold your attention. I have difficulty imagining even the least skilled of musical aficionados finding any merit in this, but depending on where he is performing, if indeed we may call it that, one never knows. However, right now, he has a more pressing problem. In order to play his instrument, he must shake it, hit it, tap it, and otherwise wave it around. What happens to the money that people put in it? We must assume that it goes flying in every direction. This is not a clever individual. A brief musical interlude gives us a moment to reflect on what we have heard before the song concludes.
Drop a dime before I walk away. Any song you want, I'll gladly play.
Any song. And how is the listener to know what song you are playing? A tambourine goes clunk, clunk, jingle, jingle. It is as if I were to do this. I am playing the song you requested. Do you recognize it?
Whoa, dude, when'd you learn to play Kiss?
Excuse me?
I dig it, man. I want to rock and roll all night and party every day.
Actually, that was Somewhere My Love.
Oh. What else you got?
How about this one?
King of the Road, Roger Miller, crossover classic.
That was Born to be Wild by Steppenwolf. Let us try one more.
Don't know that one. Give me a little more. Nope, no clue. What is it?
That was the first movement of Beethoven's famous Moonlight Sonata in E minor.
Man, stay away from the classical stuff. You're no good at it.
I trust I have made my point. The rest of the song merely repeats what has already been said, which is to say, nothing of consequence.
Money feeds my music machine. Now listen while I play my green tambourine.
It is difficult to determine what prompted the song's popularity. The music is simplistic and almost circus-ish in its style. The vocals are plaintive to the point of being annoying, and the subject matter is essentially meaningless. We have a starving man who is begging for change, and since he has no marketable skills, he offers to beat on a cheap percussion instrument for a few moments so that you may feel that you have gotten something for your money. While I applaud his desire to sing for his supper, as it were, I find the song itself utterly devoid of content. As we have seen, though, these are often the primary elements that make up a hit song of the late 1960s. Thankfully, here in the new millennium, things have changed considerably.
I like big butts and I cannot lie.
Or not.